Welcome to the Unwritten PhD. I'm Dr. Kshitij Tiwari, and this podcast is a guide to the messy, human side of a doctoral degree that no one ever puts in a textbook. Do you ever feel like your PhD is just like wrestling a hydra? You chop off one head, let's say literature review done, and two more pop up data analysis and writing. It is endless, and sometimes it feels like everyone else has superpowers, effortlessly juggling all these tasks. Well, let's debunk that. They aren't superheroes, they just have the right tools. In this episode of the Unwritten PhD, we are diving deep into the tools of the trade. I'm going to share the resources, the strategies, and the mindsets that have helped me navigate the chaos of research and hopefully can help you too. We'll be covering everything from essential software to productivity hacks and even a few mental models that will level up your PhD game. By the end of this episode, you'll have a toolkit ready to tackle any challenge of your PhD that it throws your way. Let's get started. First up, software, software, software. I know it sounds boring, but trust me, having the right software is like having a perfectly sharpened pencil versus a blunt crayon. It makes a huge difference. Let's break this down into categories. Reference management. This is non-negotiable. If you're still manually creating your bibliography, stop right now. Right now. Use a reference manager. Options include Zotero, because it is free and open source, so it's very useful to have. Mendeley, it's owned by Elsevier, but a solid option. And EndNote, industry standard, often institutionally provided, but it can be pricey. Find the one that fits your workflow and learn it inside and out. The ability to easily cite sources and generate bibliographies in any format will save you countless hours and prevent headaches down the road. Seriously, learn those keyboard shortcuts. Get plugins for your browser and word processor to make collecting and citing sources effortless. This is the most important time saver, hands down. Writing and note taking. Your word processor is obviously key, but explore beyond the basics. Learn to use styles in Word or LaTeX effectively to maintain consistent formatting throughout your thesis. Consider using a dedicated note-taking app like Notion, Obsidian, etc. These tools are fantastic for organizing your thoughts, connecting ideas, and building a knowledge base. I have previously already shared my free Notion template as a literature review database manager as well. These tools are especially useful when you are forced to take notes across domains or disciplines and you need a central repository for all your acquired wisdom. Don't just passively take notes, actively synthesize and connect them. Data analysis and visualization. This will vary wildly depending on your field. But whatever software you're using, be it R, MATLAB, Python, SPSS, or something else, invest time in mastering it. Don't just learn the basics, explore the advanced features. Learn to write efficient code and take advantage of available libraries and packages. Visualize your data effectively, as that is crucial for communicating your findings. Learn to create clear, informative, and visually appealing graphs and charts that tell a story. Project management. A PhD is a project, treat it like one. Tools like Trello, Asana, or even a simple spreadsheet can help you break down your thesis into smaller, manageable tasks. Track your progress and stay organized. This can be particularly helpful during the writing process or when you start getting lost trying to track all your dependencies. Visualizing the end goal by having a Gantt chart or timeline can really help you identify which task you should do now and which can wait. The key takeaway here is to choose the right tools for you. and invest the time to learn them well. Don't just settle for the default, explore the options and find what best fits you, your workflow, and your needs. Next, let's talk about productivity hacks. These are the little tricks and strategies that can help you get more done in less time and with less stress. First up, time blocking. Schedule specific blocks of time for specific tasks. This helps you stay focused and prevents you from getting distracted by less important things. Be realistic about how long tasks will take and build in buffer time for unexpected delays. For example, instead of just saying work on thesis, schedule write introduction section of chapter 2 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Ultradian rhythm and eat the frog are concepts we have already touched upon in the previous episodes. Minimizing distractions. Identify your biggest distractions, be it social media, email, something else, and eliminate them. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and find a quiet workspace. This might involve communicating to your friends and family to leave you alone during times when you need to focus. Prioritize ruthlessly. Learn to say no to commitments that are not essential to your research or your well being. Your time is precious. Be mindful of how you spend it and prioritize tasks that will have the biggest impact on your progress. This is one of the most difficult things to do as academics, but becomes crucial as you move up the steps. Batching tasks. While this may sound very simple, but in my upcoming book, The PhD Scholar's Compass From Burnout to Breakthrough, I give you a detailed strategy on how and when to go around batching your task. Otherwise, you end up batching arbitrary tasks, and jumping around batches will increase your cognitive load. Take breaks. Regular breaks are essential for maintaining focus and preventing burnout. Get up and walk around, stretch, or do something completely unrelated to your research. Even short breaks can make a big difference in your productivity. These are just a few examples, and I implore you to experiment with different productivity hacks and find what works best for you. The goal is to find strategies that help you stay focused, motivated, and balanced throughout your PhD journey. Moving on to something a little less tangible but equally important: mental models. These are simple frameworks for thinking about complex problems. Here are a few that can be particularly helpful during a PhD. First principles thinking. Break down complex problems into the fundamental parts and build up your understanding from there. This helps you avoid making assumptions and ensures that your thinking is grounded in reality. Instead of relying on what others have done previously, you take a step back and question every assumption driving the previous work. Inversion. Think about what you don't want to happen and then work backwards towards it. This helps you avoid the unforeseen circumstances to some extent. This is a powerful tool for identifying potential pitfalls and mitigating risks. Specifically, what if I fail to complete this? What if my experiment ruins my data? Inversion gets you thinking carefully about what actually needs to be done in order to move forward. Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Be mindful of Parkinson's Law and set realistic deadlines for your tasks. When you know you have only a week, you will find a way to get all the work done in record time. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the best. Don't overcomplicate things unnecessarily. This principle can be helpful when you're struggling to understand a complex concept or come up with a solution to a problem. The Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. We have previously touched upon this already, and it says 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. The map is not the territory. Remember that models and representations are simplifications of reality. Be aware of the limitations of your models and be prepared to adjust them as needed. Mental models are powerful tools for decision making, problem solving, and critical thinking. By incorporating these models into your thinking, you can approach your PhD research with greater clarity, efficiency, and confidence. And let's not forget about self care and well being. This is perhaps the most crucial tool in your arsenal, and it's often the most neglected. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality deep sleep each night. Sleep deprivation can impair cognitive function and reduce productivity and increase stress levels. A well rested mind is a happy mind. Don't let your PhD trick you into sacrificing your sleep to get one more thing done. Exercise regularly. Physical activity is a great way to reduce stress, improve mood, and boost energy levels. Find an activity that you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. Even a short walk can make a big difference. Eat healthy. Fuel your body with nutritious food that supports brain function and overall health. Avoid processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive caffeine. Connect with others. Spend time with friends and family. Join a club or organization, or find other ways to connect with people who share your interests. Social support is essential for maintaining mental and emotional well being. Practice mindfulness. Take time each day to quiet your mind and focus on the present moment. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature can help you reduce stress and increase self awareness. Seek help when needed. Don't be afraid to reach out to a therapist, counselor, or a trusted friend if you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or depression. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. This will help you stay motivated and positive throughout your PhD journey. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it is essential for your success and well being. Finally, embrace continuous learning and adaptation. The only constant in research is change. Be prepared to learn new skills, adapt to new challenges, and embrace the unexpected. Stay curious. Never stop asking questions, exploring new ideas, and challenging your assumptions. Curiosity is the driving force behind scientific discovery, and there is no such thing as a stupid question. Seek feedback. Actively solicit feedback from your advisor, peers, and other experts in your field. Constructive criticism can help you improve your research and avoid making costly mistakes. Don't take criticism personally, but use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Attend conferences and workshops. These events are a great way to stay up to date on the latest research, network with other researchers, and learn new skills. Read widely. Don't limit yourself to reading papers in your scientific field. Read books, articles, blogs on a variety of topics to broaden your understanding of the world. Be open to change. Your research plan may change as you learn more and gather new data. Be prepared to adjust your approach and embrace new directions. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and perseverance. A growth mindset will help you overcome challenges, learn from your mistakes, and achieve your full potential. The PhD journey is neither a marathon nor a sprint. But by embracing continuous learning and adaptation, investing in your personal skills, taking care of your well being, and using the right tools, you can navigate the inevitable ups and downs and emerge stronger and more resilient. Okay, so you have heard me ramble about reference management tools, project management software, and even the necessity of basic well being. Now it's your turn. Take one tool, one technique, be it time blocking, mindfulness, or whatever you gravitated towards that I talked about today and commit to implementing it for the next week. Really give it a solid effort. See if it makes a difference. Share your experience with me on socials. Let me know what you are working on. I would love to hear from you. Share with me what tool you are putting into action and give me your feedback along the way. That's it for this episode. Thanks for spending some time thinking about your PhD journey with me. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep building your toolkit. If you are a current or aspiring PhD scholar or a beginner in the world of robotics, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow this podcast diligently. You won't want to miss what we have in store for you. This has been the Unwritten PhD. See you in another episode.